Hi everybody! We are in for a treat this evening, I will say, in here in the UK, but day wherever you are. We are in for a treat this evening. We have Anat with us. Anat will talk to us about how music targets the three learning styles in one simple song. So I can see her. Let's see if I can invite her in. Very excited about this session because Anat is such a lovely musician, an amazing teacher. Hi, Amat, parent coaching. Hi.
How are you doing?
Hi, Anat. I'm
Hello.
okay, thank you. You?
Good, good,
Oh,
good.
I'm so excited to have you on my
Hmm.
page and to learn from you because I've seen your sessions and my little one is so engaged every time she is watching you on Facebook on your classes. So, yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to learning from you and see.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself, for my followers who don't know you?
Sure, I am Anat, and I'm a musician who teaches, and two of the things I teach are piano and preschoolers, and I pretty much that is my specialty is the preschoolers and of course performing. So I'm also that's another specialty, but that's another world. But yeah, that's what I do.
Yes, I've seen some of your songs on your website and on your page, and you're an amazing musician. And you play, how many instruments do you play? It's like five, six.
No, not that many. Oh, I wish, right? No, I don't have time. I would if I had the time. I play piano, that's my main instrument, and I play guitar when I do my originals. I'm learning, I'm getting better at it. I've played bass professionally and cello.
Oh, well, see, so you're close to
Four.
five, like I said.
There's always more. There's always more.
Yes, yes. It's exciting. And once you start going, you don't want to stop because music is so amazing, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah, so I know you developed like your own program to teach preschool children music, and they are making fantastic progress. I mean, I've seen on your Facebook page how, 2.5-year-olds, could sing the solfege and they were understanding, what a rhythm is and the pattern and, the movements for them and how to draw a treble clef and things like this. And I
Yeah.
was thinking, wow, that's amazing. I wish I knew that when I was 3.
I know, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I started at 3. So I know that it's possible for tiny, tiny little ones to, and I was ready to start before 3. The only reason I started at 3 is because I pounded it into my parents as much as I could, and they finally did. They finally got me a piano.
Oh,
Yeah. But I was ready to go much before that. And so I know that, uh, that it's possible to teach children music, like not just singing songs, but there's nothing wrong with singing songs because singing songs does so much for children, so much. But there's also has to be a place for actually learning curriculum because they can. And
true.
when I first started, um, uh, it was by chance, honestly. It was I was really young and I was teaching piano, and somebody said, "Why don't you teach preschoolers?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know how to teach preschoolers. My brain is already going, teach them music? Like how? And I don't know how to do that." And they said, "Oh, you just sing songs." And I'm like, "Oh, you just sing songs? Oh, okay, I can do that."
Yeah.
But there came a point that I was just like, no. no, there's more. They can learn more. So I tested it out. I started testing it just like any, entrepreneur would. You test things. And I got myself some, like of just the notes, right? So just a quarter note, and I'd laminated it, just a piece of strong, cardboard paper, and laminated it, and I had all the notes, and I'd hold it up, and they'd know what it was, and they'd do the time. I'm like, oh, you know what that is, and it was mostly because I'd taken so much of everything that I'd learned. I was studying to do music therapy, so of course that's where I learned the solfege, and I was like, oh, this is really cool for the children, right? So my music program started putting in solfege. Like it just started weaving in all these little things as I went on. And yeah, and that's how I wound up grabbing all the best of all the best, and knowing what the best, because I started teaching preschoolers pretty young, right? So I know the best of all the stuff that I've learned to date. And it's awesome. Like, I get excited about it because I know they get excited about it, right? The most recent thing that I introduced into my program is the blocks, and people are like, what are the blocks? What are the blocks? Nobody even knows what the blocks are. Why are you holding up blocks? But they're colorful, so they're color coordinated.
Yeah.
And they break down, so you've got your largest one, they break it in half, and you break those in half, you break those in half, and everything's very mathematical, which is also what they start learning right away with the blocks, right?
Yeah.
They learn what a half is right away, because they don't know what a half is. If I draw a pizza for them and I cut it down the middle, and I say I ate half, and I say, how much is left? And they go, a piece. Right?
Yes.
No concept of what a fraction is, right? So we learn a half.
It's straight away in there, isn't it? I wonder which, maths teacher is teaching any music skills.
I know, right? And I have such a love for math teachers because, I know that, yeah.
Yeah, but I was just trying to say, how versatile music is, and how it can actually, by teaching music, it can, go deep into so many other subjects, can't it? So that's why I was saying, I wonder how many maths teachers are teaching music.
Exactly.
When we teach music, and the way how you are doing it, you are definitely, going into maths, going into early literacy, going into all of this, matching the visuals with the quantity as well, with the actions. So it's brilliant, actually, because your music lessons meet all the three learning styles, and they are also developing even literacy with the stories you are telling. Like you said, this is my whole pizza, and I eat. You're not just saying, oh, this is my whole note, this is a half note, and goodbye, children.
Yeah. A pizza is much more interesting.
Yeah. And then of course, music is obviously auditory. Everybody knows that, but not everybody understands how music is visual. But then you bring the colors, you bring the blocks, you bring the actions, and then you tell the story that the airplane is taking off with this specific musical note, and then it definitely gets stuck into their head. It's impossible not to. They have the visuals, they have the actions, they do it themselves, they have the story that acts as helps them memorize it, isn't it, a lot better, because they can relate it to something concrete. Otherwise, if you just tell them, this is C, this is E. I can't sing them because I don't have perfect pitch. But, if you just tell them that, they won't remember it. But when you show them the action and they did it themselves, all of those sayings from the old times when they said, show them and they might learn it, but let them do it and they definitely will be able to learn it. So that's what your lessons are all about, combining all the learning styles. And it's amazing how you do it. As I said, my little one keeps watching you. And of course, her hand movements are not perfect, but she knows it. And when I'm asking her, she knows it. Yeah.
Exactly.
She also, Yes, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Would you like to show us? Would you like to, are we in for a treat with one of your songs that meets
Yes.
all the three learning styles? So just for
Yeah.
the people that are joining us, we are talking how music, actually with one simple song, you are targeting the three learning styles, which are visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. And most of us would have a predominant learning style, but it's best if we can develop in children all the learning styles, because if you develop all the learning styles for your child, and you incorporate all of them in their development, they'll be able to multitask without any problems. They'll be able to, when they are doing a visual task, they'll be able to, to stick onto the auditory information during a meeting or during a presentation, at work. So it's really, really amazing. And you can do that with one simple song. Are you going to show us?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just say hello to some people. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Tara. Product of Purpose. Hello. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Kate. I think it's Kate. I'm not sure. Catherine Hood's one. Thank you very much for joining us today. Let's see.
So this is a song that uses the first three notes of a scale. So the first three notes are all you need to make a song in this example. So we have do, and then we have re, and this is the one where you fly into the air, and then you straighten it out super flat, and then you come back to the taking off airplane, and then back to our do, and we sing do, re, mi, and then go the other way. Mi, re, do, and then we sing a song to go along with it. Sunny day, sunny day, what a lovely sunny day. Sunny day, sunny day, what a lovely sunny day.
Aww.
That's the first song we learned. Yeah.
And now you can tell why music has all the three learning styles and involves so many of our senses, and it also makes kind of our brain work really hard, isn't it, without knowing it? Because it's the pitch, it's the auditory input for the words, so it goes into the speech, then it's into action, into coordination, into combining both of them, the words with the melody, with the actions. So wow, a simple song, amazing life skills,
Right.
isn't it?
And they can, I mean, this little person can do it, and again, they don't have the best perfect hand signs, but you see that hand going, you see the start, you see it open, and then it doesn't matter, they're opening it, so it's so awesome. I love it when I see them do it. Oh.
Yes, all I keep thinking is, how these skills that you are teaching when they are so young, it will help them in school, for example, because as you know, hi Claire, hi Loving My Space, thank you for joining us. We are talking about how music is so good for all the three learning styles and develops all of them simultaneously. All I can think is, because my background is a teacher, for example, when we have, a maths or a science lesson, or, in English lesson, anything, and they have they have their books. They need to write their findings in their books, don't they? But they also need to work in a team to cooperate and collaborate, and then they have different they might have different cubes on the table to count, so it's something to manipulate. So this is the transactions, isn't it? It's all the kinesthetic learning. And also they are visual. They have to filter other noises that are coming from the other peers that are working. And actually, with just a simple music activity, you can prepare them from preschool to be ready when they go to school. Because some children get so overwhelmed when they go to school, because maybe they just developed one learning style and not the three of them. So filtering all the other information, it's so tricky for them, isn't it? Wow, I'm really impressed. As I said, my little one keeps watching you, and I've seen videos of like 2 years old from your music classes being able to do all of these, being able to do the song. Hi, Mr. Bright, Rat Squad number 2. Hi, thank you for joining us. Anat just sang us a song, a little tune, which was brilliant, wasn't it? Incorporating the 3 learning styles. What would be the best age for a child to start music lessons?
It depends on the child, and every child is different. So there's no real answer for that. I started at 3. I could have started at 2. Or maybe even younger. I was quite young when I was ready to go. But maybe another child isn't ready till 2, or another child maybe 2.5, right? Like, so you have to, that's kind of another reason why I like people to come and try the month, so that they can see, are we ready? Because like, you just don't know, right? But, and then when it comes to playing an instrument, that's, again, when is the child ready? I was ready at 3, but maybe somebody's not ready to 4. Maybe somebody's not ready to 5, but that's okay. Because if they're learning the background stuff, like kind of the stuff that I'm doing in the preschool thing, a lot of the children, they finish learning it at about 5, and then they go into an instrument. And that's okay, because they've learned all of these little steps before. So as soon as they go into an instrument, it's like, now.
Now that you're telling me, I remember there was like an 18-month-old little boy in one of your like winter classes. I remember I've seen him. I think he continued because I've seen him. Tell us more about those trial classes you just mentioned a moment ago.
Yeah, so it's a way so that you can check it out, because a lot of the time, like, people don't realize that my music classes are not like other preschool classes. Like, we're not just singing songs. We're singing songs along with learning how to do music.
Lots of learning, I have to say. A lot of learning.
Lots. So there's lots to learn, and they can do it just in these tiny little increments, and it's just like they got it. Like right now they're learning what a staff is. We don't say the word much. We just talk about the lines. And that's okay, because that's new. And so it's I kind of got off track, but I led myself into another place of where I was teaching. The question started out as
tell us more about your trial lessons that you have.
The trial lessons. Okay, sorry, yes, I got off track talking about
that. That's okay.
So it is just a way to try it out. And I only offer it like once during a season, and it's just for a month, just a month trial. I was doing it for much longer before, but it's just not beneficial. Just do the month, see if you like the month, and then we carry on and we keep learning instead of, and so that's when you get to try out and see, is your child ready, right? I had an 18-month come onto a class, and I think that she would have really loved to stay in the class. She wasn't active, she just listened, right? But to somebody that might mean that their child isn't interested. But if you're just listening, you're going to learn it, right? Like I was telling you the story about the little boy that he would sit in class and he just would not speak and he would just not do anything with music. If I looked at him, he'd look away. Don't look at me. And it was like, okay, I won't look, I promise. And so I just, let him do his thing, and he'd, kind of back up and just watch everybody do this thing. And then it was like about, it was the second year in. We started because it was a year of he would not look at me, wouldn't do class. And the second year in, I saw him start moving his head, and he knew everything I was doing at the beginning of the second year. I was so happy, right? Like it just, so somebody might think that he wasn't interested or wasn't ready. He was just listening, right? And that's okay. I don't mind if kids come to the class and just listen.
Of course, they might not be confident in the beginning, and
Yeah.
How many times we went, when we studied in college or university, and even if we knew all the answers, how many times did you really stand up and you started being so confident and giving the answer and the lecture and so on, So, of course, you, as long as you see they are interested and, they are watching you and they want to come to the class, then obviously they are learning something. It doesn't mean they are confident to express it straight away. So, like you said, it's up to the parent to understand and really see what's best for the child and beneficial. So, thank you. Thank you for that story. It's one of my favorite stories when I hear it.
I know. I love that little guy. When he started singing, my heart just grew.
One of the things that I keep, advocating for is that music is a real confidence booster. I mean, I'm not sure you would have done videos in your life if you had chosen, a different career and you are not exposed to music. I think it's the same for me. I don't think I would have done videos. And talk so confident if it wasn't for music. And I know so many other, stories that really show that music boosts your confidence. And you just told me about this little one.
It is so true. It was my only confidence growing up, was my music. I was the only place when I was growing up that I felt that I was confident, right? So it was my everything.
As a parent, you are thinking, oh, the child is little and I don't want them particularly to be a musician. But it's not about that. It's about the life skills you are giving the little children when they join, a preschool music program. That is it all about, actually, the life skills that they are learning. And there's so many tangents with so many other, subjects from the curriculum that later on they will experience the benefit of music training.
A lot of surgeons were musicians.
Yes, I've heard of that, and a lot of scientists as well. Do you also include the 3 learning styles when you teach an instrument? Because when you teach your preschool classes, it's all full on. All the brain is working so hard with all the learning styles and all the senses involved, But how about when you teach a musical instrument? Somebody might think that it's very static and their children might not be engaged because they have to sit there and concentrate for, half an hour, however long is there.
No, I definitely do, because it just carries through the whole thinking of how the brain wires, right? So if my student is playing a song, it doesn't matter if we don't know the notes. Like at the beginning, all we're doing is we're doing fingers, right? We put them on the keys and we're playing, let's just say 2 and 3, right? But we don't just play them, we say them. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, and you sing it, you play it, and it's the whole time. And then as they get better, they start learning the notes. Oh, we gotta sing the notes now. And now we sing along with the notes. C, D, E, or whatever the melody is. They're gonna sing every single note that they're gonna play until a certain point. And then at that point, when there's less for saying the notes, because the notes start getting, you can't say every note, especially when you start doing harmonics, right? But then I start getting them to sing songs that they know, right? With the piano. So I ask them their 10 favorite songs, and I go through, I pick through them, because of course, there's a lot of songs that don't have melody or chord progressions these days. Yeah. So I have to pick through and find a chord progression. And a lot of the time I can, right? A lot of the time the song, will have something like a chorus or, something. And so I learn some way for them to be able to sing along with this song, right? So something familiar, something they love, something that inspires them, and it makes them realize that they can sing along with the song. And then we start doing a lot more songs where you sing along with. I encourage, like, I teach classical music, but I don't just teach classical music. If you want to do only classical music, that's cool. We can do that, right? But a lot of the time, people are not all that way. I was that way. I just wanted to do classical. My brain was just wired for classical music. I was just a patterns person, right? But not everybody's like that, right? No. So we learn songs that keep them inspired. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by a pop song in the beginning, especially because you know what? Then you can start writing your own songs, and that's what we start doing too.
That's how they express themselves,
Yes.
Even if they might not be so good with words or so confident in telling you what's going on. But if they get to, write a song, make up their own words and so on, that's how they express themselves. Yeah. Let me just say hello to some people. Manuela, Aurora, hello.
That is one of my students. Hola, mi amor. Manuela, ¿cómo estás? Oh, mi amor.
Jellyfish, we have a color dress boutique. I think they are coming from you. I don't know. Estella was here. I'm not sure if she's still in. Hi, Jen. Angie's Creation USA. They sound like your followers as well. Well, hey, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Manuela is a student I taught in the Dominican Republic.
Ah, you
Yeah.
right, weren't you?
Yeah. That was.
That was really interesting. Now it gets me. Yeah, my daughter, apparently she wants to learn the violin, so she started by trying the ukulele, then the guitar, but then she decided that she doesn't want to learn from mommy. She wants to learn violin. And obviously I don't teach violin. I've got no idea how to play it. So I have to find a violin teacher now.
I'm sure you'll find a ton on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm sure. I love it here. Anything you need.
If she's gonna learn violin, as long as for as long as she learned the ukulele, which is like 2 months about, and then the guitar about 2 months, I'm not sure there's a point finding a teacher. But hopefully she'll stick with something. But I allow her to explore, because I think when she's gonna find the sound that really resonates with her, I think she will stick with it, because she really loves music. She expresses herself through music. And she's one of the funny ones. If I'm asking her, sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or would you like to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or would you like to sing your song? Guess what she's saying all the time? My song. I'm doing my song. You understand half of the words, you don't understand the other half, because she's muddling all of them up, but it's her song, and she's asking, please can you record me so I can send to Granddad, or please can you record me so I can send to my godmother, and things like that. So hi, sunny little minds, thank you for joining us. Yes,
Hello,
so
love.
hopefully she will stick with an instrument at some point, so she can develop a bit more. But for the moment, I let her
Yeah.
explore. So poor violin teacher that I will find.
Well, we'll see. Maybe she'll excel at it. You don't know. Like every instruments, they call you, right?
Mm,
They really do. Like everybody has their own thing that they're going to hear that's going to resonate with them, right?
mm.
So, she'll find her way. She'll find her way.
Hopefully.
Mine started on piano and then I just strayed. I just
Yeah.
completely strayed. I had to go as far away of piano as possible, and I went to play bass, and I played hard rock, and I was as far away as I could, right?
Cool.
Yeah, right. It was unbelievable, but but then life brought me back to my piano, right? Like,
Mm.
then in between there was cello, which piano was still kind of, not as much there. Cello was more than piano. But yeah, now piano is back in front again. You know? Yeah.
Or that
Funny.
somebody says, I have kalimba and tongue drum, but I can't work them out. Are you any good on that one? Those ones?
Ah,
Hi, Diotis and
those,
Mommy.
yeah,
Baby
those
Andreas
ones.
Land. Hello. No, I
Hello.
can't play any of those. I'm not good.
My only suggestion, because that is just something that I mean, you could go find a teacher for that. Somebody can help you with that. But the best thing to do is just sit and play along with a song. Just play
Mm.
along and just play, play, play and listen to the music and play along. And eventually, what you're going to do is as you're feeling your drum, you're going to start figuring out the little nuances like, oh,
Mm.
that one's louder than this one. That one's a little louder, right? And
Yeah.
just play along with the song. That's what I would suggest to do.
Exploring, isn't it?
Yeah,
Especially for children, it's such a crucial skill as well, isn't it?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. How can parents find you in case they are interested for your music classes? Amazing music classes, I have to say. I keep going back to
Thank you.
them, and it was such eye-opening for me to understand how important it is to target all the areas of the brain in a little song or in 20 minutes, because there's not so many activities that can target all the areas of the brain like music does, is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
So how can parents
Sports
find you?
does, but yeah, just here on Instagram if you want. Like, you can always find me, no problem. You can DM me and have a chat. That's all good. And if you are better on email, just it's my name and my business name basically. So it's Anat at anatworld.com. That's all.
They
So
can
just
miss
keep
it.
just keep looking for Anat. You'll find me. It's not hard. I'm around, fluttering about on Instagram.
Well,
Yeah.
Anat, thank you very much for your time. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
talking to you. And you know that I want to invite you again to talk about how music helps teenagers to express themselves, because you have a
Yeah.
lot of experience with that, and I can't
Yeah.
miss it. I can't miss
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm planning to invite you again to talk about that, and I will mostly, target autistic children and how giving them a life skill through different life skills through music will help them a lot when they reach, their teenage, times and young adults, because this is the point when kind of the support stops and they feel lost and they
Yeah.
are kind of left with no tools to cope with what's going on in their life or with what they feel, and they really need a way of expressing themselves. But I really wanted to invite you to talk first about preschool children, because I think it's so crucial to have such a good tool, music, to use from the beginning, from the early childhood, because the earlier the better, and not in
Yeah.
the hope they will be great musicians, but in the hope they will have life skills that That's the aim, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you have a lovely afternoon, or sorry, lovely evening. Have a wonderful evening. I'm in the afternoon.
Have a lovely afternoon. Thank everybody for joining us. If you want to find Anat, then please go on her Instagram. Is it Anat? Is it Anat World or just Anat?
Anat.world.
Anat.world, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
World, yeah. Have a lovely afternoon, Anat, and I'll see you later. Bye. Bye, everybody.